Hi everyone, this is Tuplex. Welcome back. I extended my transit tube a little bit further to get up to the very top of the surface, and in this case I went through some abyssalite, and I put a couple of these what do they call these? Transit tube crossings. These act like tiles, so I put one here to keep this salt water from leaking out, and then I put another one up here just to, I don't know, I guess to insulate the base or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why I did that, actually. The other thing is there's all these little creatures out here called shovels. Shovels? I don't know if that's a play on words, but anyway, you can see that they burrow through the regolith. They eat the regolith. They'll also eat dirt and iron ore, and they excrete the same stuff. I don't know if they can. I don't know if that means they can eat regolith and excrete iron ore, or if they just excrete the same stuff that they take in. Let's see. Yeah, so it looks like this is the dropping. But in any case, these guys can burrow through pretty much anything. I don't have much experience with them, but I know that if they get inside your base, they can, they can move around through solid materials. And you definitely don't want them getting at your iron ore, since that stuff's pretty important. So anyway, I put this here because I want to try to keep them out. They can't use ladders, so I don't think they could come across here, and I don't think they can burrow in abyssalite. Although I could be wrong about that. I know for sure that if you build metal tiles from refined metals, pardon me, they can't get through that. So I've seen other people make, holding pens or farms for those critters up here in space, and they'll make the walls out of metal tiles so that they can't escape. But anyway, hopefully I won't have any problem with that. But that's another part of the game I need to learn a little bit more about. But today, what I would like to do is deal with my water vent. I don't want any of that stuff. I don't need any more seeds. This one. So I dug out some space so that I can put in that chilling system that I've mentioned. This could be a bit of a challenge because the only other time that I built it to the left of the steam vent, so I'm going to have to try to kind of mirror it in my head as I build it. But I'll try to explain it as I go. Now, there's super high pressure in here, so I want to avoid opening this up. I think I will have to open this up at some point. Maybe I won't, but I'm going to avoid opening this up until I can at least start cooling some of it so that I can get the temperature low enough in here that this steam turns into water. Now, to be honest, I'm not sure why it hasn't already, because the steam is 96.4 degrees. So why hasn't that already condensed? That's what I want to know. Condensation point is 99.4. So that's something I don't quite understand. Although I could pump out the steam. Worst case, I could pump the steam out. It's not an insulated pipe, so I might just end up damaging the pipe if I try to do that. I don't know. You want to try it? Let's try it and see what happens. Yeah, it's just damaging it because of the steam is condensing in the ventilation pipe. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to do that. So let's try to cool it. Now, the first thing I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to build a couple of tiles here because I need to replace these two insulated tiles with window tiles that are going to be made from diamond. And we do that because the diamond has really good thermal transfer properties. So I'm going to put these two tiles to contain everything in there, and then from the diagonal I can replace this tile, and then from the diagonal I can replace this tile without anything escaping. So I'm going to need some more ladder sections there. See how my glass is. Yeah, the glass is still 60 degrees. It is cooling down. And like I said last time, I added a loop to the cooling system to come up here and cool down the water slightly where the glass is coming out. I have some radiant pipe there. And I also put a temp shift plate behind it. My hope is that'll assist in the transfer of heat. I don't know how well it's working. The water's going in at 25.7 and it's coming out at 25.8, so I guess it's not really picking up that much heat. So this might not be enough to keep the temperature of the water under control. Okay. What's happening here? Okay, it looks like some of the steam is starting to condense now. You can see it falling out of the air. Oh, and it's almost gone now. Okay, great. Okay, anyway, this gas pump I only put that there so I could create a vacuum inside there. But yeah, it looks like all the steam is finally condensing. Alright, so what I'm going to do is we're going to put a window tile that's made out of diamond. We're going to put one there and one there. Okay, now why do we do that? Look at the properties. Thermal conductivity of a diamond window tile is 80. Okay, compared to, let's say, thermal conductivity of a radiant pipe is 110. Thermal conductivity of a regular pipe is 2. Right? So this is almost as good as putting radiant pipes there. And you can see that it's almost immediately it comes up to the same temperature as the water. So that's why we use those diamond window tiles. Okay, and then I can remove those two tiles. And then I'm going to have 2 more diamond tiles right there. And in between, we're going to put a mechanized airlock. Hang on. Actually, I'm going to hold off on that. Not yet. Let me think here. No, that's okay. Yeah, I'm going to put 2 more there. And then I'm going to put a mechanized airlock that's made out of steel in between. So the way this chiller works is we're going to have a couple of water tiles here that we're going to be cooling with an aqua tuner down to about 20-25 degrees. That's going to cause these window tiles to be at that temperature. Whenever the temperature inside here gets to be too high, then we will close this airlock, which will allow the heat from here to transfer over to this side, which will drop the temperature. And in that way we can keep the temperature of this water low enough so that the steam condenses almost immediately. So that's how this works. So yeah, I am going to need to open this up and put in some... I need to put a temperature sensor inside here at some point. And then I also want to remove that tile. So I am going to need to open this up, and we'll have to create a vacuum again once we get everything finished. Okay, so we got that part done. Okay, and then on the other side, this is where we're going to have our cooling box. Okay, it's going to be right there. And we'll have a tile there as well. I'm going to hold off on those two tiles for now, just to make it easier for me to get around this thing to build. And let's build that so I can move around. Okay, we'll clear that out. And we can start to put water in there. That's going to take some time, so might as well do that while we're waiting. I'm going to have to delete that. Okay. So we'll put a bottle emptier on top. Alright, now let me see if I can remember the rest of this. So I think the aqua tuner... Okay, water. I guess that's my closest supply of water. Since there's nothing in my reservoir right now. Okay, so we'll just have to wait for that to get at least a tile. At least a tile plus a little bit more so that we can seal it shut. Okay, and we're going to have a temperature sensor in there. Actually, I think that's under plumbing. Yeah, liquid pipe thermosensor. And then we're going to have... We're going to have tiles on top of that, which I'm going to hold off on for now. I will need automation wire from here. We can make this out of lead. The temperature's low enough. So this is going to go from the door over to there, where we are going to have a temperature sensor. Okay, and that's what we're going to use to open and close this thing to whenever we need to chill this a little bit. Okay. And then running through here, we're going to want radiant pipe. And I'm just trying to remember... where I put the aqua tuner. Does it go here? I think it goes right here. Or it could even... Or maybe it goes here. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I had to check some of my reference material here. Okay, Yeah, so this pipe is going to go through this tile. That's got to be radiant pipe because we need to cool this tile down. Although just being in touch with the water will do that as well. Okay, I think we have enough water here now. Yep. Okay, so we can deconstruct that. Okay. Now the aqua tuner, let's remember to make that out of steel this time. That's going to go over here, actually. And can I remember which way it's supposed to go? Give me another second. Okay. So that's going to go here. And I need the input side. Okay, yeah, like this. That's going to go there. So we're going to have insulated pipe. Nope. Insulated pipe from there to the input. Okay. That's got to be radiant pipe there. Okay, and then... Alright, so this is the water... This is the water going in, and then it comes out. Right, and we need to put our bridge so that it can bypass the aqua tuner if no cooling is needed. And then from there, it goes straight up. And this is going to loop around our steam engine. Or the steam turbine. Which is going to, let's see, straight up and over. So the steam turbine, can I rotate it? Yes. The edge of it is going to be right there. Okay. All right. Yeah, so it comes up there. This is insulated pipe. And then from there we do radiant pipe. Like that. And then how do we get back down in here? Okay, this. Goes like that. And then we have a bridge. like that. Okay, so comes out here, goes around. Okay, so that's the loop. That's the cooling loop. And then we need the fluid output for the steam turbine, which goes there. Okay. And then I need to cancel the steam turbine. All right, let's dig all this out. And we're going to need to clean up that water. Okay. So this is all going to be enclosed. This is going to be enclosed. All right. Well, I don't want to build that yet. So let's just wait until this gets done. Wait a minute, something looks wrong. I think I canceled that square by mistake. Okay, let's pick that up. Okay, and then this this thermosensor is going to turn the aqua tuner on and off. I'm going to make that out of steel because I'm kind of paranoid about it now. There, you can see how how the water in here is, it's over 70 degrees already. Okay. Why aren't they sweeping that up? They can't get out, that's why. Okay, so I need to build... Let's get a little ladder built down there so they can get out. Hopefully they don't pee in there. Well, they would pee inside their suits. If you ever find polluted oxygen next to your Atmosuit docks, or polluted water, it's because they peed in their suits, and then when they take their suit off, that's when they get rid of the pee. Okay, so I think that's it. Now we need power. So we need power for that. We need power for that. And then we'll need power for the turbine as well. I think that's about it. Okay, plumbing looks good. Electrical looks good. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So now we gotta start sealing it up. Okay, so we're going to put that there. There's going to be one there. And there's going to be one here. And there's going to be one here, right? Yeah. And then we... Oh. I have to remove this bit of ladder first. And sweep that out. And we need a couple tiles down there as well. But like I said, you can see how well the heat travels through this mechanism here. Now that, yeah, so the next thing I'm going to have to open this up so I can get in there. Although, I'm not sure how I'm going to get down there. I think I might have to go in through the side here. Okay, then we're going to deconstruct that ladder. And let's deconstruct that one too. Just taking care to clean everything out as I go. Oh, you know what? I probably don't want that one yet because this is, I'm going to put water in on that side as well as over here. So let's build a couple of bottle emptiers. Okay, deconstruct that, pick that up. Then we'll build another one here. And another one there. And we'll deconstruct that. Okay, all right. Yeah, I should be able to reach that. Okay, so we're going to put in a little bit of polluted water. To start with. Actually, I don't think I need it on this one. This one will just be water. Now over here, I've got 8 cycles before this goes dormant again. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to wait for this to stop. And then crack it open and get in there and put in my sensors and stuff. Okay, so that should be all the polluted water that I need. And now we change it to water. No, not yet. I just want to put it in here first. Great. Okay, and we're done. Okay, so now we can close it up. Okay, so I'm going to set this to, let's say 20 degrees. So as you can see, the only thing that we're cooling is this little bit of water here. I do need to add coolant to the system first. Let's deconstruct that, and then I'll need to put in my steam engine. Steam turbine, whatever you want to call it. I think it was this way, right? Was it? Nope. Other way. Okay, that's right. Okay, and let's hook that up to power. And then we just need to add our coolant. So I'm just going to build a few more tiles here. I'll just make these out of sandstone. Okay. Yeah, looks like I do have power over here now, which is good. Or don't I? No, I don't. Okay, I'm not going to be able to do this until I get this power line done. So I got 0.2 cycles. So let's do this. Priority 9 on that power line. And I'm going to deconstruct this tile. And I'm going to set that to priority 9 too. So let's see if we can get that done before it starts venting steam everywhere. Come on, guys. If not, then I'll have to cancel it. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. It's starting. Hurry up. Okay, we're a little late. Okay, good. All right, so now I got power. So I can start to fill the system again with polluted water. And then we can start cooling things down, and then I can break in here to put in that sensor. All right. Polluted water, auto bottle, make it a 7. Yeah, and we still have more than 6 cycles left before this is dormant, so we'll have to try to time this carefully. Okay, so we'll start to get a little bit of cooling now. It's not going to cool much though, because since this door is permanently closed, this is effectively going to be trying to to cool this entire volume of water, right? Which is not going to work terribly well, but all right. Disable. Looks like I might have a little bit too much in that pipe. Alright, let's deconstruct the bridge. You know, I think I'm going to add the liquid reservoir over here like I did on those other builds. Because I can see the temperature is fluctuating a lot, and that's causing this thing to kind of tick on and off. I'm going to have to move this out of the way, though. Where am I? Let's see. Oh, we're making steam already. That's cool. Yeah, I'm going to have to remove this. That's in the way. And now I got polluted water mixing with my salt water. Okay, so let's put a liquid reservoir. Yeah, we'll make it out of iron ore. Have I been making this insulated pipe out of obsidian? That's a waste of obsidian. Okay, so now we can add a little bit more polluted water to this. Where can I put my little pump setup? We can do it down here. Come on, Phyllis. All right, and I need to pump out some of the water here, so I'm going to turn this on, send out if above 0. Because I want it to drop down so I can take out both of these tiles without any water spilling out. Whoops. Okay, so this is going to be just like we did over here. We're just going to add a few 100 kilograms of polluted water just to kind of smooth out the temperature as the water goes through the pipes. Because if you look at the water going through the pipes, it's like 15 degrees, 19 degrees, 10, 6, 25, 24, and that's causing this thing to snap on and off a lot, and I don't like it. Okay, and I think that means I'm going to have to take out that tile so that I can put in some extra. Okay, that's 330 kilograms. That's enough. All right, so we can delete all this now. Sorry about the phone rings. My wife left her iPad in my room here. Okay, now let's sweep all this up. Let's see how this looks now. So we should see more. Yeah, so the temperature is a lot more stable. Okay. Good. Is this thing pumping out? Yep. Okay, it's idle, so now's our chance. Yep, let's manually select and deconstruct the tiles so we don't kill anything else that's in there. And a bunch of water is going to come out. Ah, good. All right, let's give that a priority 9. Let's get it done quickly, please. Seal it back up again. Let's sweep up in there. Okay. Oh, and I do want to deconstruct that tile too. And that means... Oh, these are granite temp shift plates, not diamond. They should be good enough. That needs to be priority 9 as well. Okay, now we're going to set this below 95. Okay, so the door will open if the temperature in here is below 95. And 850. Send green signal if above 850. Oh, I need to put those tiles in too. Forgot about that. Let's hurry up, folks. Okay. All right, so what we should see now is when the water in here rises above 95 degrees. Oh, did I get the logic wrong? Oh, it reset itself. 95 degrees. Okay, there we go. All right, so there's no transfer of heat now between here and there because the door is open. Okay, so this window tile will start to cool down to the temperature of the water, which is pretty hot. Green signal if above 20°C. Yep, that's what I wanted. So this should be cooling down. Okay, yeah, the water... Well, the water in the pipe is cool, but the water in the chamber is still kind of hot, so this will have to run for a little bit to get things taken care of. And then when this water gets to 95 or higher, I got a little bit of hydrogen stuck in there. Okay, it's idle, so I'm going to turn this on. All right, there's no steam. So I can start making a vacuum in here. Let's turn on gas. There we go. Yeah, there's a little bit of hydrogen and quite a lot of oxygen in there. So we want to pump that out so that there's nothing interfering with the steam. And then when the steam hits those tiles, it should immediately flash into water so that even when it's erupting, it'll still maintain a vacuum in there. Okay. Yeah, see, most of the oxygen is out. Shouldn't take too long to pump all this out. I just have to keep an eye on this so I can make sure we turn it off before it starts to erupt again. Yeah, we're down to micrograms of oxygen anyway. mean, once there's a complete vacuum, it'll stop on its own. Come on, baby. Hurry up. You can do it. There. Then we turn it off. Okay. So let's see what happens. How's our water temperature in here now? 64. Alright, so it's gradually cooling down. That's insulated pipe. I didn't do a good job at the radiated pipe in there, did I? That's why it's taking so bloody long. And it would be almost impossible for me to get in there to fix that. Okay. Yeah, see, the steam is not quite disappearing immediately. We just want to make sure that the pressure doesn't build up above 5,000. Because if that happens, then the vent will stop and I'll be losing opportunities to get water. Man, I wish I would have checked the plumbing in there. I always get confused when I'm connecting pipes. Right, because you're building from point to point, and I'm never sure. But what you want is that segment, and I'm never sure what I'm going to get. Right, this should be a radiant pipe, and that should be a radiant pipe too. So now I only have 2 little radiant pipe sections. Is there any way that I can get at that thing? At that piece of pipe there, without breaking into here and losing all my water. Okay, so it's closed now. So we're transferring heat. But because this isn't very cold yet, it's... Normally you'll see this door kind of open and close pretty quickly. Yeah, and it would be better if the temperature sensor was over here instead of way over here. But it's gradually coming down. 95.1, 95, and there we go. Now it's open, and if we check, we're returning to a vacuum inside there. Okay, so I just have to see if there's a way that I can... Well, I could get at this pipe if I take out this tile. So we could do that much. Especially with that door open. So let's see if we can get that done. That'll help some. Because the window tile should generally be the same temperature as the water and next to it, you know. Can I get to it? Yeah. So that's good. But I don't think there's any way that I can get to this without letting the water out. And since I have to drop the water in from above. Okay, so now we got 2 radiant pipes. That should help cool the water more quickly. Alright. Now if I turned everything off now... No. I could just open this up and then refill it. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Heck with it. Alright, that means I'm going to have to take apart the steam turbine too, though. Otherwise I won't be able to refill it, because I need to fill it from here or from here. Ah, I know what I can do. Okay, so let's turn this off. Green signal if below 20. That's never going to happen, right? Okay, green signal if above a gazillion degrees. Alright, so that'll turn this off. And then I can break this open. It's going to create a massive mess. Okay, that's surprising. I can't quite get down there, except maybe if I put one ladder segment. There we go. Okay, I'm going to have to remove that too. Come on, this is all priority 9 here, people. They didn't get the memo. Okay, well that's all full, so it might not be too hard to fill it again. Okay. Alright, I guess I'm not going to be able to mop it, but I should be able to sweep it, at least. Okay. Polluted water. Oh, but before we close it back up, and the whole reason we're doing this is to fix that pipe, right? Okay. And that's unreachable. So I'm going to have to remove this tile as well. Let's disable this for a moment. Can I sweep that out? Looks like I can. I guess you can sweep 3 tiles away. That's still unreachable. There. And it should go without saying, but priority 9. Okay, now it's reachable. Okay, one more sweep and then we can seal that part back up again. Okay, can seal that back up. And let's turn this back on. So, if I'm not teaching you anything else, I hope you're at least learning how I fix my mistakes, which are many. Let's build some more ladder there. How about this tile, guys? Oh, that wasn't a priority 9. My mistake. Okay. Well, I didn't have my single layer of polluted water down here, so it's not going to work now. I might as well just switch over to... I might as well just switch it to clean water. Well, I'll use polluted water. Who cares? Okay, so we just have to wait until that square is got some liquid in it, and then we can close it up again. This side, we don't need anymore. We're done there. We can seal up this part. We just have this one tile left. And I think it's dormant now, so we'll get to use this again in 43 cycles from now. Oh, I think we're good. Yeah. Okay, let's seal that up. And then we can deconstruct my little rig here. And then we'll be able to set this back to the correct temperature. But I'm going to wait till that gets sealed because I don't want any steam escaping. Then I'll have to go through this whole thing all over again. All right. Above 20C. All right, let's see if this chills down more quickly than it did before. First, we got to cool down the pipe. All right, pipe's starting to cool down. Okay, and the water itself is going to take its sweet time, I guess. But I'm sure, I'm certain that by the next time this thing goes active, this will be, the water in this little chill box will be down to 20 degrees. And let's see how the temperature in here is doing. Alright, still quite cool. So we won't get any steam for a little bit. And I'm keeping an eye on my coal. I've got, what is it? Almost 300 tons of coal. Which sounds like a lot, but I'm a little bit worried that it might start running out soon. Is it just me, or is the bypass not working? No, it's working. I guess it's just when this turns on and off, it kind of halts the flow for a moment. Yeah, see, this should be insulated, so I should have drawn some insulated pipe from here to there. Yeah, I don't know. At least it's in an insulated tile. Okay. Yeah, the water's cooling down pretty quick. Okay, and the water in the reservoir is nice and chill. Okay, and the water in there is 89 degrees, so we won't need to do anything with that for a while. I didn't even see the water that came out of here get processed over here. Let's change this to 500 just so we can see if this thing is still working. Ah, apparently that has been turned off. Okay, send a green signal if above... No, if below 25, right? If above 25. There we go. Overload damage. Why am I getting overload damage? Oh, okay, because I'm delivering 4,000 watts on a 2,000 watt line. Okay, so let's fix that before we finish up for today. All right, so here is, well, and let me get rid of those wires as well. So here's what we can do. See, conductive wire is 2,000 watts maximum. The problem is we have two types of transformers. One will give you 1,000 watt limit, and the other one will give you 4,000 watt limit. But there's no transformer for 2,000 watts. But what we can do is we can take two of the smaller ones and put them side by side. Okay, and then we run the heavy watt wire to the inputs. And then we can somehow link the outputs. Like that. Right, so we'll be feeding in massive amounts of power into 2 of those. Yeah, this has to go up there, so that means cancel that. I need another conductive wire bridge right there. Since heavy watt wire can't bridge, everything else has to go around it. Okay, so this way you can feed conductive wire with 2000 watts by using 2 of these smaller transformers. And that'll protect your circuits down the line. Okay, so now if I look at it, right, we get 1000 watts coming out of this one and 1000 watts coming out of this one. That'll give us 2000 watts maximum, and we won't overload our power lines. Right, no more overload damage. And we should be able to see this cooling off my water. Slowly but surely. Okay, so it still works. I'll set this back to 850. Once it stops flowing in, then it'll start circulating a little bit better. Since the output won't be blocked anymore. Overheat damage. What? Oh yeah, I made this out of iron. I thought I fixed that. I guess I didn't. I thought I fixed it. Well, anyway. Yeah, somebody told me... well, you may remember that during the episode this happened. I said, oh crap, I made it out of iron. It has to be steel. So I broke in here, I took it apart, and then I put in what I thought was steel, but actually I just rebuilt it with iron again. And that's why I set the temperature so high on this, so I could turn it off so that I could fix that. So, I'm done. Because the iron... Let's see. We've got an overheat temperature of 125, which is why it's overheating. And that's why we always make the aqua tuners out of steel. Alright, so now we can see that this is running out of power. Yeah, I really don't have the power to run 2 aqua tuners on this. So I think when I break in here again, I'll connect this aqua tuner to this power line instead. Oh, no, I can't do that because I'll need a plate. Alright, well I'm going to have to work with the power, but it's better that we're getting brownouts rather than getting overload damage. Right, so that at least shows that the transformers are doing what they're supposed to. Okay. Looks like it's starting to flow out. I should have put that valve right here so that it's not splitting. That just means it's going to take longer for it all to get out, since it's going to be splitting it infinitely until we get smaller and smaller water blobs traveling through the pipes. And that goes up, and then I think it'll go the other way this time. There we go. Okay, well, I'm going to fix that in my off hours. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. See you next time. Bye-bye.